Careful. Is that what I'm saying? You change the thumb position a lot. Sometimes like this, sometimes like this, and it's we can land it very and precisely. Okay, try that again. Okay. So you aim for the note, don't you? Land up. Good. So some ways like this, not like this. Okay. So sometimes when you play, you try your best to do this, but after you let it go, you pull your finger back like this. So make sure it's somewhere like this. What you need to do at home, just put your hand like that, or just get better, hold your hand like that, just pull one finger. You try that right. Yeah, just play like that for like 50 times at least. Make sure that all consistently, again, same way. So it's gonna be same place, getting down, same motion, same muscle, involved in this one, okay? Same relaxation. Okay? The dynamic can be changed. You can increase, articulation can be changed. You can be staccato, legato, or combine both crescendo, diminuendo, and legato to staccato. Okay, try that a little bit. Keep out of finger curve though. Yeah, basically. Try not to slide your hand over the key. I know it's hard to get a good grip of that. Hold that well. Keep doing it. 50 times, right? You do exactly the same plan as the same place, same motion. Not easy, right? Yeah, practice that over this week for me, and that can extend to any finger. For example, you can do this. And it's actually very good for you to, work on that to get the finger really, restore the finger back to that motion that it only need, rather than when you move. Most likely when you play one finger, other finger moving in unwanted motion too, which is one that thing, and economize a lot of motion here and help work out with finger independence in that case. Okay, right, good. So the B major needs more work. I think your thumb having some problem. It is not really going well with the placement, so therefore you can hit either. It is very right, very imprecise that way. Okay, let's go on and do the next one, F sharp major. Good. Now do one slow. Make sure your finger really get good grip on the key, especially the black key, right? It's not like this, not like this, not like that, but direct angle, 90 degrees, right? So therefore the grip would be a lot better, a lot firmer that way. Okay. Watch the second finger, so therefore it's on. You always put it like this. How about really restore it back to really straight angle to the keyboard, right? This week it's all about walking on ice. I'm talking like, because I see your finger when you do slow and forte, it didn't get much of that good coordination and good frame support. Therefore, the fingers tend to slide, and of course because the fingertip is not really really much there of the flesh, but you can increase a little bit by cut the finger a little nails a little shorter, but that won't increase much. But make sure that the mechanism when it touches like this. See what my finger is? So actually it's a rolling, kind of like slightly rolling motion in. Therefore it's always keep the kind of motion like your hand always like this, rather than that or that. Okay, because that not, and then all the joints and knuckle have to be joined in and work integratedly in that way. Like that, the hands slightly and wrong. You can now do it slow. I'm not fully into the pushing it. If I'm going like this, it's gonna be like make sure I'm practicing. I would practice slower too. I really make sure my finger into the position and then I press. Right? That's why it's important to practice slow. Because then you can make sure that everything here mechanically is going to be correct. That prevent a lot of errors later. Okay? Good. One more. Let's do the B flat major. Good. When I noticed when you have more white key scale, you've done better job. So make sure that you really look on the one with like B major, D flat major, and F sharp major. Those are all 5 black keys and 2 white keys, and they change, right? The white keys are different, so right, that may throw you out a little bit, but you can do it. Okay? And A flat major, 4 sharps, 4 flats. Okay, good. Moving on, and practice this tempo for me this week. Make sure your finger come down to the key as deep as you can, and provide as much of the sound as you can. Okay. All right. Let's go to. We've decided to do the harmonic, right?
Yes.
Okay. Have you done all or you? How many? How far?
Done A, E, B, D, G, C, F.
So all the white key starting scale.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Can you do for me the B minor harmonic? Each time you play the thumb, you have to tilt your wrist, and because your thumb position will look low like that, right? So, most importantly, when you do that slow tempo, you should be able to keep everything here very still. There's nothing motion here that will affect the finger, right? You do like that. And then the left hand, you do that. Too much of the rotating elbow. I think you can still manage to do with this more. Why not much of this? Because when you do too much of this, when you go fast tempo, it's gonna shift the strength and the angle of the finger in that way too fast, and it turns out to be imprecise that way. It's gonna make the finger shift off and when to place it where it's supposed to be, and it's hard to. Of course, if you practice, you can get it back, but then there's slightly, places that you can face the wrist mix it up, right? So everything here ideally needs to be really, really still and relaxed. Most likely it's gonna work from here. Motion is from here. If you go distant from one place to the other, the motion here is gonna lead. Your arm motion will lead. Your finger goes. Every finger small running here, your finger doing work, right? That's the 2 basic functions of your arm and your fingers in this case. Okay, good. So really pay attention to that. I'm gonna watch you very well on that too. Make sure everything's correct, right? So the B minor harmonic, with same thing with the other. Really work on the thumb. I think with this practice this week, you're gonna help you a little more on that, and you're gonna help you to restore back and get better. Okay, on that. Try to do F minor harmonic for me, please. Same thing. Try to work on the thumb. But first, think of this thumb on is C and F, right? Try it again. Careful. That's why you put the wrong thumb there. 4 on G, left hand. 3 turns, okay. Keep going. Thumb on C, 4, D, thumb, 4. Right. Somehow you didn't get that one down. So go ahead and gonna mark that, okay? The one I'm checking today, and it's just their problem. I'm gonna put a note there so you remember that. Which one did I ask you? This one is not about a scale, about a thumb, right? So, the B major, however, you need to really work that because you just have a lot of things going on there. Which part of that I have to do? I'm sorry, not that one. This and there, so I have the same problem there. Okay, good. Go ahead and check the scale, the rest 5, right? You have any question about the scale starting from the black key minor scale? You do?
No.
Oh, okay. Alright, if you're having any question or confusion over that, make sure you play the major scale and then play the minor parallel mode next to it. So you can modelize the fingering, and you can reapply the fingering and the position of your hand from the major scale going to the minor scale. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, good. So go ahead and finish this for me. Okay?
Oh, question. You mean
Yeah.
when she play A major, she play also A minor, or just
Yeah.
the same key? For example, C. Oh.
No, I'm talking about when she practices the minor scale. It shouldn't be any fixed system, because when they ask, they're gonna ask it randomly. So
Right.
we're gonna go back, and when we work on that, we're gonna work on the system going down by the key signature change, and then we're gonna work on placing parallel keys, C major, C minor, and then we're gonna work on having relative key, C major, A minor, and then we're gonna go back from backward up. So we're gonna change all that, and in fact, I advise you to do that at home. So when you learn all that, you're gonna each day you're gonna do a different order. Just figure out one order for yourself, or you can do. After you run out of that, you can do, okay, I'm gonna do skip A minor, B minor, C sharp minor, and then go back and do the even and then the odd number, and then you can do C major and then E minor. It's a big random system, right? Therefore, you know inside out.
Okay.
You understand? Right, so don't put an exactly same fixed order all the time. Okay. and when you work on that, make sure that you really, before you play, think about the key signature and in the minor harmonic case, what the note going to cancel. So you have that printed in your head. Why? Because that will help you to do, when you play scale, it makes sure it's not just only the mechanism of the finger, but the understanding of the key and the key signature. So you can apply for this later, for the theory and for the song that you play. Okay? Alright? Good. Let's move on to the song. you work on that one?
Yes.
Didn't work out? You need to really make sure that you really go for chord. Make sure your hand really, when you read it, you need to read note in group rather than every single note. So it's gonna go like this. Try the right hand chords first, from there. Play all that in block chords. Next. Careful. What's the top note? Okay, one more time from the previous one, moving to that. Next. Oh, come on. Try that again. Can you miss that? How come? Yes. No. B. Okay, try it again. Try to make sure you really get your hand into that the whole time before you move on. Try it, and really assure the finger remember the position a little bit before you move on. Right. Go ahead and do a couple of times. And I would use third finger here. Don't try to use fourth. The four weakening the position here. Your hand in this section was a little weak. That's why the G sometimes didn't sound well. And the G should be sounded a little more as the leading melodic note. Okay. Try again. Yeah, but you just stand up like the pinky again. Again. So it's, those are stronger, so it gets good hand support here from the palm. Right? Try again. Okay. This is not strong. This side is fine. It tends to be, your form of your hand tends to be collapsed. It needs to be like this. This is like a seashell. It has to have that kind of dome, okay, form. If you do like this, think it'll collapse like a roof of the house. If you don't have it good, when the snow comes and everything's gonna fall and it collapse. It doesn't have no odd shape in there. Okay. So what I would just use my other hand and try to really support by holding and pushing it from underneath. Therefore, it's gonna be like this. See what I'm doing? Use your left hand. Turn your hand like this from the foot. Okay, and push all the fingers underneath of that so they get a little bit strong support for now. Press it like that. Okay. Go ahead. Now play it. Push up. You didn't push it enough. Like I did. See? What? Right. Play it. I'm gonna do it for you. There we go. One more time. Okay. Feel better here because your fingers get better support too. Try again. Can you push it a little stronger on there? Right. One more time. Okay. One more time. Pinky. Full focus on the pinky. Now both. Now on the other. Try again. There we go. Okay. Now do the same thing with more relaxing hand. Just keep it firm here, but everything else will be relaxed. One more time. G on top. One more time. Now do this. Keep your fingers hand shape. Okay, keep that. I'm gonna remove it because I need to demonstrate something for you. Everything here is strong, firm, but it's moving from the wrist. The wrist is gonna be like relaxing. Right, wrist needs to be relaxed. The finger shape in here is going to be firm. Right, go ahead. And don't include this finger. Okay, one more time. Better. Okay? Right? The key word is not everything gets tense. Because you get tense, you cannot play it. But some certain place need to get firm. To be firm that way. Not tense, but firm. Okay, one more time. Yeah, the support better. Okay, now move to that to this. Next, use the third finger always. Okay, down. Yeah. Alright, use your other hand, helping out a little bit. Use your other hand. Use your left hand, helping out. Push it up. Put this finger up. These knuckles don't want, and then really pay attention to this. Okay. Now, see, this is that problem you don't want. These collapse in position, right? Okay. Okay, one more time. Focus on the pinky. Now that one. Okay, one more time. Relax. Okay, now relax the wrist. You should do a couple of them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, relax more. And don't need to tilt this hand because that you angle will make it very hard for your pinky to get into that angle, right? Don't. There you go. Okay. Relax the wrist. You feel a little bit stretchy, but that's how you work. And you eventually you're gonna get used to stretching. You stress, and your finger's gonna know that the need of the stretch, and it maybe sometimes the fingers gonna extend and grow, hopefully. Okay, but how you do? You need to really make sure you did do like this. See how hard it is, right? Okay, I'm gonna do a big chord for you because you may add that my hand is larger. I'm gonna play this. Here, right? Now, this finger may not be in the shape because it's very large stretch from my hand too. Really large. I barely could get it. It's a 10. Okay. I cannot get this. Okay, so that's how I would look at on the mechanism and the shape and the structure of my hand by doing something like that. Okay, so be more scientific that way. Right? Now, the next thing you come back and do this, and again, the third finger is going to be a better choice because give better balance between both sides. This side is a little weaker, right? And you have more larger chunk of your hand from here. So in the extreme case, yes, we do this, but not all the time, right? When we need to do something about that, we will talk about it later, but in here you don't have to. You can do all of that. Okay? Try it. Use the other left hand. Use the left hand to help. Pinky collapsing form. Use the left hand to help. Sharp. Keep that in mind. Next one is also includes the sharp too. Next. Now the E chord, minor chord. Keep helping this, okay? Can you put your left hand here always when you practice hand separately and right hand for the left hand too. Go ahead. Good. Next. Do that for me. Don't use the fork. Don't use the fork. That's why I'm trying to refix, because they wanted to do second finger so you can cross up there. I don't think that's needed. You don't have to play legato here. So no problem with it. Okay. By the way, that's gonna be the way that you treat on the 8th note, not legato. Okay. Good. Next. Okay. Good. Right? So practice that and make sure that it come up to kind of smooth motion and quite decently fast. Okay, and then you can now look at how I do two thumb. This is possible you can slide your finger and you can achieve quite nice connection between those two. Right? So that's why I reemphasize the finger for you. This. Right? Most time play like this. And play with my thumb. That could be achieved. So there's no problem with that. Okay, now apply that to the left hand. Try to do the chord. Careful. So take this one out of the context. So now the left hand, you need to really put your forefinger underneath on the bottom note. That's how it works. Alright? Same thing. Okay, now there's a little change there. So you go like, try to break the shoe from each side. Okay, so the finger in here, you have the third finger end up here and then second finger up here. So breaking the two. And then change the second, and next same thing. Now third. And then second, fourth, and third. Now that's one a little different now. And then keep the second finger there. I'm sorry, yeah, that's. And then the second, same thing. No, why you jump off? Why? Why finger weird? And then say that with home chord. I don't get it. How come you read funny like that? Try it again. Four finger on the bottom. Okay. Now from this. Okay, move to the next one, which is step up below this. Now change. Now keep that, move to the next. And then move down, fourth. And then. Yeah, that's right, yeah, sorry. Move down. Good. Next. Sharp. Same thing, next. Keep going. Yeah, you see what happened there? Yeah. So practice like that. Practice with good strategy. Let's just say that rather than hit that. Now, starting from here, you have no clue what's going on here. So really practice hands separately, and then put each of the measure back together. Both hands. Now, don't be ambitious to play the whole thing. These completely fail out of place. You need to really see the relationship here. What the interval here?
11.
Or compound 4, right? In some way say compound 4.
Compound